We'll get started in about 5 minutes. Just waiting for a couple people to join. So we'll just hang out here at the ramp. We've got the New York City skyline there behind us. We'll get started in 3 minutes, guys. Luis, what's up? How's it going, my friend? New airplane, learning to fly it. The Embraer ERJ-170. I'm sorry, ERJ-135. There's also the E-Jets series, which is the Embraer E170 and the E190, which have a similar cockpit and flight systems. But today we're in the ERJ-135. Still learning to fly it. I don't really know it too well, so we might run into problems today. It might be one of those streams, but I've fiddled with it for a little bit, and it's pretty nice. It's pretty user-friendly too, for the most part. The Feelthere Wilco B737 series, awesome. I don't think I've ever flown those. Yeah, this is the Continental Express livery, which they're now, I think they're with United. So in normal cases, it'd probably say United Express, but have the same tail paint job. And we're operating under ExpressJet Flight 4144 today. But they fly these planes, usually United. Oh, I know ExpressJet is connected with several different big airlines. I think American, United, there's like one or two other ones. Billy M, what's up? It's been a while since I've seen you, buddy. How are you? Mr. Billy M. Alright, we'll get started. We got enough people in here. Let's embarrass myself, because I'm really new to this airplane. It does have a checklist, though, that we can use.
Cold and dark checklist. APU.
Alright, let's start up the APU. To do that, we need to turn on the battery.
Power unit, okay.
We need to turn on fuel pump number 2. At this point, I turn on my nav lights, which are already on. They shouldn't be. Let me turn off the other lights. And we can start up the APU. So we look down here. We have the percentage. The APU booting up.
On. Emergency lights.
Okay, APU is on. Emergency lights. We arm.
Armed. Avionics. Master. 2. On.
Okay,
FMS.
avionics were already on. This is real easy. We'll load the flight sim flight plan so I don't have to enter all the waypoints in manually. So it's all there. Our first one, ARD, DQO. We go to the next page, Kerno, Swan, etc., until we get to BWI, Baltimore. We have 4,360 pounds of fuel on board. Today we're flying 30 passengers. And we have a baggage weight of about 2,000 pounds.
Initialized. Speeds.
Okay, and for the speeds, we'll jump over here. Speeds. Calculate. Should work.
Checked. Trims.
There we go. So there's our takeoff speeds all set for us. Our trim. We went in the green.
Set. Takeoff data.
Takeoff data. We're back over here on this screen. It's basically these three things here. What kind of takeoff we'll be doing, which will be normal for today. The temperature outside, and if we want anti-ice on or off. Alright, Billy M, I'll see you later, man. After cargo flyer is done, come back if there's time. Take care, man. Alright, and to play with those menus there, we go up to the top. It's these two switches here. So we'll click this button once. We'll look back down. There's an arrow pointed to the takeoff mode. We'll be doing a regular takeoff. It's not short field or any one of those others, so we'll hit that button again. And the arrow moves down. Outside temperature, it's not cold enough to warrant any anti-ice, so we'll just keep it the same. 15 degrees Celsius. Hit that again. Once again, if we want anti-ice on or off, we'll keep it off.
Enter. End of checklist.
And those are all set. Alright, so we'll move on to the next checklist. It's for engine start, so let me see if we have everything else kind of set up here. Oh, that's right. Let's listen to the ATIS.
Newark, airport information, 01746.
That's a good idea.
Wind 271 at 6, visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition, few clouds at 4,300. Temperature 182.5, altimeter 2970, ILS. Runway 22, right and ILS. Runway 22, left and use.
2970 in the barometer. Departing the runways 22s, so we'll set our heading to 220. This is down here, and this little bug here. Alright, we have a Zulu. Let's call for clearance.
Newark, clearance delivery, 4144. Ready to copy IFR clearance to Baltimore.
4144, please clear to Baltimore. Airport to file. Fly runway heading. Climb and maintain 12000.
Runway heading, 12000 on the altimeter.
Squawk 0033.
What you see here, 12,000 feet.
4144, cleared to Baltimore Airport as filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 12000. Departure on 132.8, squawk 0033.
4144, please that correct.
You see here we're squawking 0033 on standby. Alright, let's do the engine start checklist.
Ready to start checklist.
Fasten belts, no smoking.
Alright, seatbelt signs, non-smoking signs.
On. Red beacon.
Beacon light.
On. Fuel pump power.
Alright, now we'll turn on fuel pump number 1.
2. On. Pneumatic panel checked. Emergency parking brake. On.
Pneumatic
Steering
panel's
and
over
on.
here.
Doors.
Alright, we'll close the doors.
Close. End of checklist.
Alright. So far, so good. Alright, we'll push back now. And we'll start our engine startup.
Engine start checklist. Engine 1.
Alright, all the packs are off and whatnot. Should be good. So see the percentage here in the N2 start to rise. And in this plane, unlike the Boeings where we usually flick on a fuel cutoff switch at a certain percentage, this one does it automatically. So we'll see the engines fire up on their own momentarily. There it goes. We are cruising at 16,000 feet to it today, Luis. 16,000. 16,000. Yeah, Luis, I'm pretty familiar with it because I used to fly the Feelthere Embraer E170. I used to like that airplane a lot. And the systems are pretty similar. Plus, I watched a couple YouTube videos earlier today, and that got me all caught up. Everything looks stable. I'm waiting for the guy reading my checklist to call the other engine start, but I guess we won't wait for him. Or maybe he said it and I didn't hear it. So engine number 1 starting.
On. Engine 2. On. End of checklist.
Okay, so I just did it backwards. That's what it was. I should have started engine 1 first and then engine 2. Nego Rice Gameplays, welcome aboard. 1 sub, 1 like. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Means a lot to me. Gino, what's up? Welcome back. What's going on, friend? Alright, so both engines look stable there. I guess that's it for engine start. Let me just kind of run through things here. Let's get our AC going. Probably hot as hell in here. We can keep the APU bleed off.
Taxi checklist. Hydraulic electrical pump. Auto. ECAS. Blank
Okay,
ice
both pumps are on
protection.
here.
Auto. Flaps.
Let's set our flaps, which will be 9 degrees, the first notch for takeoff, which you'll see here.
9. Thrust rating. Takeoff 1. End of checklist.
Set that to takeoff. That'll keep our thrust from going above a certain number on takeoff. I'll go ahead and flick on my taxi lights. And I think we might be ready for taxi. Let me just kind of think in my head really quick. If there's anything left to do. Okay, I think we're okay, so we'll call ground for taxi.
Newark ground, port 144 with Bravo, ready to taxi IFR. Port 144, taxi to and hold short of runway 22, right, taxiway Yankee, Sierra Villa. Contact tower on 118 point, frame 1 ready.
Speed brake should be closed. I don't know if I hit that key by mistake. For anybody just joining, I'm just learning this airplane or relearning the systems of the Embraer, so might be a bumpy one. Isaiah, what's up? You're having a campfire? That's sweet, dude. Is it cold up there? It's cold down here in Miami, dude. It's in the 50s tonight, which is rare for this time of year. Like 50s is cold for me. I go outside, I need a sweater. Okay, flight attendants, prepare the passengers for departure.
Before we depart, please remove the safety card from the seat pocket in front of you and follow along as we demonstrate the safety features of this airplane. We appreciate
You see New York City out there to our 11 o'clock.
If you're seated in an exit row, you may be required to assist the crew in an emergency. If you are unable to perform the functions described on the safety card, then please advise the flight attendant for reseating at the end of this video. To fasten your seatbelt low and tight against your lap, insert the metal fitting into the buckle. Tighten the belt by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift up the buckle flap. When the seatbelt sign is illuminated, immediately be seated and buckle up. To ensure your safety, your seatbelt should be fastened at all times when you are seated. There are 2 exit doors.
It's like an MD-80.
Each exit is marked
Northwest, which I don't believe exists anymore, do they?
The large handle
Northwest doesn't exist. They're United as well, aren't they?
Open the overwing exits by removing the cover and pulling down on the marked handle.
I really need to get out to Miami International and see what's going on nowadays. It's been so long since I've been out there.
2 exits nearest your seat. In some cases, your nearest usable exit may be behind you. In an evacuation, exit path lights will...
If anybody with FS9 or FSX, though, is thinking about getting this aircraft, it is really nice. Highly recommend it.
Pull the cushion from the seat, put your arms through the straps, and hug the cushion to your chest, as shown on the safety card. If needed, oxygen masks will drop from above your seat. To start the flow of oxygen, firmly pull the mask towards you to extend the plastic tubing. Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Put the elastic...
You fly the E190, Luis? Nice, yeah. Nice airplane.
Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen will flow to the mask. Secure your
I was the
mask
same.
before helping others.
I was flying the E-Jets, the 170 and the 190, and then I just recently tried these ERJs.
Disabling or destroying lavatory smoke detectors. Law also requires customers to comply with all lighted signs.
Raphael, I wonder if I've used your tutorial. I watched a few of them today, actually. That's so funny you mentioned that. I'm going to go back and see if I watched one of your videos. There's a good chance I did. But thank you for that, man. That's awesome.
Laptop computers, cell phones, and all personal electronics are turned off and properly stowed. If an emergency evacuation becomes necessary, leave all carry-on items behind. Do you have any questions?
I watched a few
regarding
different
safety?
tutorials on this
Please ask
airplane to
the
try to
flight
catch up.
attendant. On behalf of your flight crew,
One of them might have been
thank you for
yours.
your attention. It is our pleasure to
I
have
watched
you
one
with us,
FS9 and
hope
one
you enjoy your
FSX
flight.
tutorial. I'm almost willing to bet I watched one of yours, Raphael. I feel like I did. Is it only on AvSim or is it also on YouTube, Raphael? Alright, holding short. Flight attendants are done. What's next? Before takeoff? I think we do that after we have clearance. Let's turn off the taxi light. Everything else looks good. Alright, let's call for takeoff clearance.
Newark Tower, port 144, ready to go. Runway 22, right, IFR to Baltimore. Port 144, cleared for takeoff. Runway 22, right. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 22, right, port 144.
Before takeoff checklist. Exterior lights.
Alright, so we want our strobes. Where is that? Strobes.
On.
Landing
Transponder.
lights. On. Okay, transponder we want to set to 1TA. Whatever it is.
1 TA-RA. Flight controls. Checked. Radar.
Let me line up first.
Jetplane 2677, ready to go. Runway 22, right, IFR to Kansas City. Jetplane 2677, hold short. Runway 22, right, traffic is Embraer jet.
I think that's this one. We move up to weather.
Hold short. Runway 22, right.
Or is that not right?
Standby.
There we go.
Takeoff configuration.
Checked.
Alright.
End of checklist.
And then we'll hit this button just to make sure we're all configured for takeoff.
Takeoff. Okay.
Takeoff okay. So let's get to moving. We'll advance the throttles all the way up to takeoff power.
Altimeter 296 Continental 171, cleared to land. Runway 22, right. Caution, the Airbus E320
We are rolling.
landing. Runway 22, left. Cleared to land. Runway 22, right. Continental 171.
V1, rotate. That was a quick rotation, my bad.
Positive rate.
Should have had callouts as well. I'm not sure why I didn't. Airspeed callouts for my co-pilot, but flight director
Gear up.
yaw damper should also be on.
Contact New York departure on 132.8. Point 132.8, port 144.
Alright, I'm going to pause to engage the autopilot because I don't know where all these buttons are just yet. Bear with me. That looks good. Heading looks good. Hit that heading button. And when we press play, hopefully the plane doesn't freak out. Nope. Alright, cool. There is no auto throttle on this airplane. So we've got to do all of that manually. Alright, at 1,000 above we bring up the flaps. Did they hand us off to
New York
Coach?
approach, port 144 is at 2,600, climbing 2000.
Handler, port 197. Contact New York approach on 132.8. Port 144, New York approach, roger. Current altimeter 2969.
2969er on the barometer.
Turn right heading 249. On Navigator.
Alright, right to 245 or zoom on nav. And up to, what is it? 12000.
Navigation, climb and maintain 12000, port 144.
245 on the heading. My bad. I think I said something else. I think I said 145. 245. Alright, after takeoff
After takeoff checklist. Landing gear, up, flaps, up, thrust rating,
We'll put that to climb.
climb, overhead panel, checked, altimeters, set, end of checklist.
Alrighty. So far, so good.
New York approach, United.
They told us to resume mode nav, so we'll proceed direct to ARD. Turn on our nav hold. Yeah, man, send them to me, Luis. That'd be awesome. I'll take them.
New York Center, port 144, is at 9,800, climbing 12,000. Port 144, New York
Passing 10,000 feet.
altimeter 2969er.
2969 on the altimeter. Everything looks good so far.
Comair 5161, climb and maintain flight level 220. Climb and maintain flight level 220.
I should be able to turn this knob here and zoom out on this display. For whatever reason, that's not working now, which is weird. Working fine earlier. That sound means we're leveling off at our altitude now, 12,000 feet.
JetBlue 53, contact New York Center on 128.3. Going to 128.3, JetBlue 53.
This is a really nice airplane. It's like FSX quality for FS9. I feel like I'm playing FSX right now.
Climb and maintain 16,000.
Alright, up to 16,000.
Climb and maintain 16,000. Port 144.
High speed. High speed. High speed. High speed.
Holy crap.
High speed.
Why did our
High
airspeed
speed.
jump so
High
high up?
speed. High
We were just
speed.
doing like a steady 250,
speed.
260.
High speed. High speed.
New York Center.
Maybe some crazy weather going on up north.
4847, New York Center.
At least we're up to speed already.
New York Center, US ERJ-137, climbing through 11,000.
Should be climbing, or we're not climbing. Hold on.
US Air 2.
Now we should be.
New York Center, Roger. Altimeter 2906.
They're going to tell us to expedite in a second. Alright, we're going. Cool. No problem, Luis. Take your time. Really nice airplane. That's my altitude. So we're leveling off now at 16,000, which is our cruise altitude for today, nice and low. With a short hop over to Baltimore. Alright, at cruise we want to put our thrust rating, we want to set that to cruise. So drop our power just a little bit. Or limit it anyways, we still have control of the throttle. Through 2.1. Our radios are right here. Through 2.1. So we're 124 miles out of Baltimore. Cruising now 16,000 feet, doing about 300 knots. We'll work our way up to about 315, 320. It's a fighter jet, Luis? Yeah, man. I like these small regional jets. You get to feel like you're in a, like your own private airplane. I've had the chance to fly on the Embraer E170 in real life, and it's a really nice airplane. Super quiet. I liked it. I felt like I was flying first class, even though there's not much leg room in there. But it's so small and quiet, it's like, So this is a good speed for us. We'll just have to keep an eye on it since we are manually controlling the throttle levers. No auto throttle in this airplane. What's up, Isaiah? Isaiah, do regional jets fly into your airport? Like ones like these, like the ERJ-135, 145? Or any of the E-jets, like the Embraer E170, E190? This is a super nice regional jet. If it flies into your airport, I'll make that happen for a live stream. I don't know if they don't fly anything larger than turboprops into your airport. I don't remember. Sometimes. Cool, man. We're gonna have to do a flight into your airport one of these days then. We can keep the Embraer house colors and we'll just pretend like it's our own private jet. We own it. I don't know why I'm unable to back out on the zoom here today. This little knob should do it. Kinda need that to work. Let me see if I can do it in the 2D cockpit. No. I wonder why that is. .99% general aviation, twin turboprops, and business jets. Gotcha. If you can see that city down there. is, that's Philly down there. Philadelphia. Just below us. Actually, we crash landed our 747 the other day on a road like right here. Pretty much. Or was it back here? We didn't quite make it to the airport. I think it was like one of these roads down here we landed on. Two 974 in the altimeter. We're still below flight level 180, so we'll be adjusting that throughout the flight. That was us. Alright. Right to 295. What was that airport? I'm sorry, runway they assigned us? ILS approach for 15 right. Parachute at the end of this? I don't know, Isaiah. Maybe. Oh, this is so nice. Loving the views right now. Just looks so pleasant. Holy crap, why is our airplane rolling? It's so weird. Why is it doing that? Hold on, I'm going to pause because I don't know why it's doing that. It shouldn't be. It should be holding heading. It's weird. Autopilot is on. Let's see if it turns back. Could just be freaking out. Yeah, I don't know why it's freaking out. Maybe the airplane wanted to show us something. The road that we landed on yesterday. Or was it 2 days ago? Alright, we're back on heading.
Contact New York Center on 132.1. 132.1. Comair 5161. Washington Center 4604 is at 9,200, climbing 12,000. 4604 Washington Center. Roger. Current altimeter 2974. 3288. Turn left heading 080. New York Center 4144 with you.
Mystery 2851. Turn right heading 2402 on navigation.
Right. Let me grab the ILS frequency for that one way.
New York Center, Roger. Altimeter 2974. 4144. Turn left heading 255.
7.
Turn left heading 255.
Alright, left at 255.
Turn right heading 240. Proceed on course. Mystery 2251.
4144. Turn left heading 285.
Turn left heading 225.
Left at 225. I gotta run to the bathroom, guys. Keep this plane in the air for me.
1144, turn right heading 265.
New York Center, Embraer 5161 with you, flight level 351.
Embraer 5161, New York Center, roger. Turn right heading 295.
Turn right heading 2905.
Alright, back to 2905. Alright, what was that ILS frequency? That was 111.7.
Point smart, check 5.5, check 5. Embraer 5407.
Midstream 251, climb to maintain flight level 350.
Lock that in.
Climb and maintain flight level 350.
And that runway heading for 15 right is 154. That'll be our course. One, 5, 4. Here. Oh shoot, are we what's our altitude that we're supposed to be descending to? Hold on, pausing. Anybody know what altitude we're supposed to be holding right now? Did they ever descend us? I don't think so. Alright. Sorry, freaking out. We're good. I think we're still supposed to be holding 16,000. Sorry about the view, Isaiah. My bad.
Turn left heading 255.
Right to 255?
Turn left heading
Oh, left to
255.
255. Sorry.
Port 144.
Other way. Two, 5, 5. There we go. Down to 8,000.
Descend and maintain 8,000. Port 144.
Not sure if this is the right checklist to run at this point, but we'll do it
Before
anyways.
descent checklist. FMS, RMU, speed set.
Is that it? Oh, speed, okay. So I guess at this point we calculate our landing speed.
Set. End of checklist.
132. I might do that later, but I'll do it early since I'm still kind of unfamiliar with this airplane. I don't want to be making too many changes last minute. I freaked out because I looked down at the altitude and I thought I saw 10,000 feet on the altimeter, but we were really at 16,000 feet. It's just the numbers are so long on my screen. I mean, so little. So I kind of like panicked for a second. Because I thought we were holding 10,000. I was like, wait a minute. Are we supposed to be descending right now? Dude, it is bumpy up here. Like, not consistently, but every time we run into like a weather change, like this airplane spins in circles. Like drastic changes going from area to area. 2974 still in the altimeter. It was like that takeoff out of Newark, man. We took off and we were doing like a steady 250, 260 knots, just under 10,000 feet. And our speed jumped up to like 350 knots within a half second. It was weird. Okay, we're going to slow to 250 since we're now about to break through 10,000 feet. Again, there's no auto throttle in this airplane, so we're doing that all manually, maintaining speed. So we'll try to hold around 250 the best we can for now. Let's increase our descent rate. It means we're leveling off now at 8,000. We're about to.
Right, heading 290.
Right to 290.
Turn right, heading 290. 4144.
Watching that speed. Add power.
4144. Turn left, heading 260.
Oh, back to 260.
Turn left, heading 260. 4144.
Eric Rollers, what's up? You hurt yourself? What happened, man? Dude, I got 4th place today in PUBG solo, which is my second best. I got 2nd place one time. Today, first round I jumped on today, this afternoon. I was watching my daughter. We usually play. First round, we got 4th place, which is pretty sweet. I wish I could back out the BRG here. It's not working. Which means we're going to have to count on ATC's vectors to bring us into 15 right. Or, yeah, 15 right.
Baltimore approach. November 798 Alpha November with you.
Viper November 7908 Alpha November. Baltimore approach. Roger. Altimeter 2974. Port 144. Contact Harrisburg approach on 124.1. 124.1. Port 144.
124.1.
Approach, Port 144, with you, 8000. Port 144, Harrisburg approach, roger. Current altimeter 2976.
2976 on the altimeter. Fourth place without you. Sorry, Eric. I'm pretty good. I'm decent when I play solo matches because I play slow. Usually I'll load.
Contact Baltimore approach on 126.75.
Sorry, I had to listen to ATC. Usually I'll loot a certain place, and then after I grab like a decent amount of loot, I'll just head straight to like inner circle, the smallest circle, like right away, and then I'll find a building and kind of hang out there for a while. And people eventually just run into my building every time, or whatever house I'm holding, and I just shoot him at the door. Left to 245.
Turn left heading 245. Port 144. Port 144. Descend and maintain 4000.
Alright, down to 4,000.
Descend and maintain 4000. Port 144.
Baltimore approach. Southwest 982 is at 11,500 descending 10,000.
Southwest 982. Baltimore approach. Roger. Current altimeter 2980. Southwest 982. You are 38 miles northwest. Turn right heading 120. Descend and maintain 4000. Clear.
Super pads covers! You just came from baseball practice? Awesome, dude. What position do you play?
Contact Baltimore Tower on 119.
I used to be a first baseman when I was a kid, as well as a pitcher. This is before high school, though. Oh, you're becoming you're training to become a pitcher, Isaiah? Sweet, dude. Used to be a pitcher as well. I'm a lefty. Left-handed pitcher. Which is also why I played first base predominantly. Awesome, guys. Baseball fans. Mostly second base? Cool, dude. Altitude. We're leveling off now, 4,000 feet. As we make our way into Baltimore. If I could back the BRG out in this display, you guys would be able to see the airport, but you can't. The airport right now, it's somewhere off to our 9 o'clock, somewhere out here. We're kind of like on extended downwind for runway 15 right.
5 miles north, turn left heading 185, descend and maintain 4000. Clear ILS, runway 15 right approach. Maintain 4000 until a established on the
We were on
localizer.
base, I'm sorry.
Contact Baltimore Tower
Not downwind.
on 119.4. Turn left heading 185, descend to maintain 4,000. Cleared ILS.
185 and down to 4,000.
Right approach, maintain 4,000. Until established.
Sweet.
Tower on 119.4.
We do have our ILS programmed in to the Nav1 radio, and our course set to the right. Right heading, which is 154 degrees. Should be a nice approach in the Baltimore.
Piper November 798 Alpha November Baltimore approach. Roger.
Should be really nice.
Altimeter 2974.
About 20 miles from the airport. We'll be landing in about 5 minutes.
Approach checklist.
Altimeters.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. It says approach checklist, altimeters, and then it just kind of stops and doesn't say anything until we get closer. That's fine, we got it. Alright, at this point I'm going to turn on the approach holds, which should intercept the glide slope and localizer for runway 15. We'll just kind of hold 200 knots till we get closer. Or maybe intercept the localizer, then we'll start bringing in flaps. Can't see much out our window. Which is always fun.
Piper 8 Alpha November. Contact Baltimore's approach on 119.0.
Set.
Pressurization.
Okay, we're intercept
Check.
the
APU on. Fasten seatbelts. No
localizer
smoking
now.
on.
If you see down
End
here,
of
this
checklist.
is lining up. You guys are talking about the World Series. I have no idea who's playing in the World Series this year. Goes to show how often I follow sports nowadays. No clue. Alright, our glide slope is alive. Let's just start slowing and getting ready for landing here in just a few moments. I already have the runway in sight, way out there. I guess that's the approach hold intercepting the glide slope. Thought it was my cell phone for a second. Couldn't figure out where that was coming from. I'm going to bring in a notch of flaps. Help us slow down a bit. Let's call tower.
Baltimore Tower, Ford 144 is 12 miles northwest. Inbound ILS, runway 15, right approach. Ford 144 Baltimore Tower, make straight in, runway 15, right. Altimeter 2974.
2974 on the altimeter.
Runway 15, right.
Drop that down. The correct pressure setting.
United 467, contact Baltimore departure on 119.0. 119.0 for United 467.
I'm not sure if it's normal to use the speed brake to slow down like that in this airplane, but I'm going to since we're not slowing much. And I'm at idle right now on the throttles. Let's go ahead and drop the gear down. That'll help us slow. A little bit of power, maybe another notch of flaps. Full. All right, 4 landing checklists.
Before landing checklist. Landing gear, down. Flaps.
Should be set to full, or at least they're coming down to full right now.
45.
There they
Autopilot.
go.
Runway 15 right.
All right, clear to land.
Cleared to land. Runway 15 right.
And we will disengage the autopilot.
Autopilot.
And the airplane is
Autopilot.
ours.
Off. End of checklist.
All right. I'm going to turn off the flight director because that just kind of gets in my way. There we go.
Embraer jet on final.
Cleared to land, runway 15 right, southwest 982.
Baltimore, Maryland. There's also 2 other airports right in the vicinity of this one. Ronald Reagan, DCA, and Dulles as well. All 3 airports cater to the DC area. So if you're flying into DC, Baltimore, BWI might be a place to consider flying into if the rates are cheaper. I've flown into this airport myself once or twice in real life, back in the day.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Landing. One 5 right.
100.
There we go, touchdown. Spoilers. Reverse. Again, I'm not sure if that's standard for this airplane or not, but I'm going to use them since I have them. None of the tutorials I watched clarified anything on that, so 60. And welcome to Baltimore.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our destination. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until we stop at the gate and the captain turns off the seatbelt sign. We hope your flight was a pleasant one. Thank you for
This
flying.
has been my second
Hope
flight
to
on
see
this
you again
airplane,
soon.
Southwest 982.
which I'm pretty happy with how smooth it went.
119.04144. Contact ground on 121.9.
It didn't go as smooth during my first practice run. Let's just say that. Alright, brakes. Let's do the after landing checklist.
After landing checklist. Exterior lights.
Turn off the landing lights. We'll turn off the strobes.
Off.
And we'll turn
Ice
on
protection. Checked. Transponder.
The transponder goes back to standby.
Standby. Gust lock.
That's this thing here. Not really.
On. Flaps. Trims.
Kind of just manages your throttle. I don't know what it does. Trim back up in the green. I guess. It kind of just stops there. It did this to me last time. Let's request taxi to the gates.
Baltimore ground 4144, taxi to the gate. 4144, taxi to gate 49. Using taxi.
Oh, we can pull up our flaps, by the way. The spoilers are up. That should have been mentioned in the checklist. I think it's after the last thing they mentioned, which hasn't registered yet.
Zero.
All right,
7
guys.
up. End of checklist.
Oh, there he goes. What'd you guys think of this airplane? I freaking like it so far. It's going to be a new That Flight Sim Dude favorite on the stream, especially for regional flights, short hops. I think this thing is super nice. Once I pull into the ramp, I'll catch up to all y'all's messages, or if we catch a nice long taxiway, I don't have to make too many corrections. Let's see if I can catch up on a few. Oh, we gotta get better at that. I need a second monitor. That may come with the new PC I build. Alright. Butter Isaiah, thanks. Spam Butter. Super Pants Covers, thank you. Eric Rollers, thank you. You guys are the best. Love you guys. Oh, we're hauling ass. There we go. You gotta taxi this thing slow because it rocks a lot, apparently. So you get an outside view real quick. Taxiing. That's a cool airplane. It's like our own Learjet, man. Except it carries like mad passengers. Not mad, like 30, 40. Maybe 50, 70. I don't know. I have no clue how many passengers it holds. What am I getting a better PC, Eric Rollers? Sometime between now and Christmas. December. Now in the end of December.
Baltimore ground, Palm Air 5410 with Bravo, ready to taxi IFR. Palm Air 5410.
Definitely by Christmas. By Christmas, I'll have a brand new whole setup. 100%. Could be sooner, but I won't make any promises. I'll probably start ordering parts within the next month. It'll be done by Christmas. But I want to wait till it gets closer to the holidays. I might get some money from like my parents and stuff, and I don't want to go cheap on any component or part. I want to get all the ones that I want, like top of the line. So if I have to wait a little bit longer to save some money, then so be it. Isaiah. Oh man, not using your shortcuts. Oh, let's hold here since this CRJ is in our way. They might have told him to hold. Are we still with ground right now? We are. Maybe he's just starting up. Alright, we'll hold here for a second then. is there any other checklists that we need to? No, I don't think so. We could fire up the APU now if we wanted, if we want power once we shut down the engines, but doesn't take too long to get 30 passengers out of the airplane. We'll just shut everything down. Alright, since he's not moving, we'll just park at this gate here next to this Southwest 737. Watch him start moving now. I've been on one of those before. ERJ-700, I think it was. Comair. Those are nice airplanes. They remind me of these airplanes that we're in right now. You get that private jet feel in an airliner. Or commercial jet, rather. Quiet airplanes. Newer airplanes. Alright, that looks good. We'll set our brakes.
Parking checklist. Fasten seatbelt. No smoking.
Turn those off.
Off. Hydraulic electrical pump.
These guys off.
Off. Red beacon.
Beacon off.
Off. APU.
APU is
off. End of checklist.
I feel like we shouldn't have left that running the whole time, but okay. These checklists are a little weird.
Leaving checklist. Fuel pump power.
Fuel pumps off.
Off. Emergency lights.
Emergency lights off.
Off. Battery.
Okay, then the battery. Before I do that, I'm going to shut off all this other stuff. Let's kind of run through the motions real quick.
Off. See you later, Captain. End of checklist.
See you later, buddy. See, that's weird. I turn off the battery, yet all the avionics are still powered. How is that? And we still hear noises. It's the only weird thing about this airplane. Maybe there's a fix for it I can find. Shouldn't be doing that, I don't think. Opening the doors. That CRJ is still holding there. I feel like he's stuck there. Holy crap, this warning. The airplane should be off. Alright, let me catch up on some messages before I sign out. All your subs need to sub to me, Eric Rollers. How many subs do you have, Eric Rollers? I need your subs. What time do you want me to fly tomorrow, Super Pants covers? Maybe I'll try to fly your time. If not, it'll be the usual time, which is like now. Or an hour ago. 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern. But if you prefer me to fly at any certain time for you, I'll do it. Sluice. God. It was such a smooth flight. Why do we want to destroy this airplane? Alright, let's pull out the skydiver. Let me turn the battery switches back on so we have control of his legs and his arms. I think that's how it works, so I'm gonna try that. Alright. Let's do some skydiving. Over Washington, which is like totally illegal unless you're a U.S. Marine or something. National Guard. It might not be illegal, don't quote me on that. Alright, select aircraft. Where is it? I forget. not that one. Alright, we're going to go up to 15,000 feet and drop them. $15K. Maybe we'll see if we can land like in front of the Washington Monument or something. Alright, that was way too high.
Sierra Kilo Yankee, you are not cleared to take off.
Oh, we're not an airplane, sir. We're freeballing it. Let me see if I can extend his arms and legs and stuff. Look at his legs. Watch his legs. You control him with the flap lever. Now if I put the gear down, that'll bring his arms back. There we go. Now we're like full U.S. Marine mode. We can go back to first person. Look at all of the things.
Sierra Kilo Yankee, ATC services terminated.
Totally illegal. Only 10 years federal prison, no biggie. You can actually control him a little bit, but I haven't really gotten used to it yet. Or tried. This is the third time I've messed with this guy, the second time being the last time we did it on the stream. I'm sure he works better with his arms up and his legs up. There we go. Kind of stable-ish. Ah! Alright, what's our altitude? We are at... there's no altitude? Just vert speed? Alright, let's switch to the parafoil. AKA, we're pulling our ripcord right now. Pulling the ripcord. Lois Barley, what's up, man?
Baltimore ground, Continental 2.
We just got done. We're doing the final skydive show to close the evening off. Totally didn't look for DC. Oh well. Let's see if we can make it to the tarmac over here. I'm extending flaps, which seems to be like slowing us down. We're probably gonna make it to this green field right here. Yay! Yay! What if I hit gear? Oh. Alright, guys. That'll conclude our stream for the evening. You guys take care, man. Thanks for joining me every stream. You guys are the best. Super Pats covers, Isaiah, Eric Rollers, Mr. Lois Barley, Luis Amais, which was on here earlier. He's probably in bed by now. Or is he ahead or behind on time? He's a Brazilian dude. I can't remember his time zone, but he was on here earlier. He's a good guy. I'm signing off, dudes. I will see you on tomorrow's stream. Take care. Peace. Good night, guys.